Prepare and lodge business activity statements. When you log into GovReports and arrive at the GovReports dashboard, you go to the search bar and enter the client's details or name that you want to prepare reports. Type in their name, click search, enter. If the business entity that you have entered has more than one branch in there in your account, of course you will have a list of all the related entities. Make sure you select the correct one to prepare reports for. Click on that to go to the client's profile or the business client's profile. We go to Forms and select Activity Statement. GovReports now prepare the activity statements. Now you need to confirm the date range of the reports or confirm the period. We're just going to put down for the purpose of demo purpose, going to put in 2006. Now if you put the date range very wide, it might take longer for GovReports to synchronize with the ATO and list out all the activity statement that has been issued during that period. The date range that I put in here is for roughly about 2 years, so it might take a little bit long to list out all the activity statements issued. It will list out not only the new one that have been unlodged as well as the lodged. You can see here for the period that I have nominated or I have confirmed, we have 9 activity statements. And of course all of them are new. If it has already been lodged, the status will be processed rather than new. We now select the activity statement that we want to prepare for. Click select. You now arrive at this page where you can select how you want the data to be entered into the activity statements that you have selected. You can do it manually, but by data entry. You can import the MYOB bus link if it's a MYOB desktop accounting applications or software, or if it's come from the MYOB account, right, you can import the file directly into GovReports. And similarly, for Reckoned, we accept the XML backup file to be uploaded onto GovReports if that's relevant to your clients. Or if it's Xero, you can import the file directly into GovReports. And similarly for Intuit QuickBooks Online or SageOne. For the purpose of this demo, I am going to select the manual activity statements or data entry. Okay, when you arrive to here, you can see all this information are pre-filled from the ATO, the ABN from GovReports. When you select the client, it will cross-check and data match with the ATO and pre-fill with the document ID, the date due for these activity statements, and of course the contact details that you have in GovReports and as well as in ATO. Click next. Note that those informations earlier, if there's anything that is out of the ordinary, you do need to contact the ATO to make those change. For now, we assume that everything is correct and we're happy with everything. Proceed to next. And for the purpose of this activity statements, I will say that during this period for this entity, possibly there were no sales and no purchases that needs to be recorded. We now need to sign the documents. This is because you have digital authentications through the ATO, through the software nominations. So just your name is automatically there. But otherwise, if it's someone else, you can always, someone that works for you, they can also put their name on it. This is where the BAS or tax agents fill out their names when they prepare the report, who's lodging the reports. Click next. You will then arrive to the save or validate or lodge sections. At this stage, you would have 5 options depending on your account with us. Save and draft, say as a draft, means that it is saved and always save the data but will not validate or check for errors. Pre-lodge, when it's checked for the errors but it will not save the records. This is when you're doing testing to make sure that the information you have on the client's account are correct. But otherwise, if you want to save, validates the data with SBR, it means that it will save the information that you have entered as well as validating and checking for errors with the ATO through SBR. If you do have digital signature with GovReports, you would then also have the 4th option, which is the save, validate and send for signature. Otherwise, if you have all the information from your client and their authority to lodge, you can now click lodge directly. For now, what we're going to do is to save and validate and then send for signature to get authorization from the clients. When it has been saved and validated successfully, you will arrive at the save report. If there were errors, it would tell you that there are errors to be corrected and you need to correct those data before you can proceed further. In the activity statement that I just prepared, you can see here that it has now been updated, the lodgement period which we have selected, and the date, today's date that it has been queued, and of course the status which is valid. That means it's valid, means it's confirmed for without errors. We now click on the activity statements that we just prepared. At this stage, you can see the queue status, which is valid. And of course, if you've got Office Manager and you want to attach to be part of your work plan, you can attach to an existing job or create a new job from here, depending on how you run your practice. But otherwise, if you want a copy of the report, you can click on Reports, and it will give you the downloaded or printed versions of the report that you just prepared. Otherwise, you can also email it to your clients. Click email. Now, if you've got email setting in GovReports set up already, then anything that you send from GovReports, including this activity statement you just prepared, will be sent from your email. Notice that if I click send to myself, that's just it. That's, it's pretty straightforward. But if I click send to my client, I would have my email signature attached to the email, and of course the attachment of the activity statements that I just prepared is being attached into the email. And similarly, if I would choose to send this to someone else rather than my client or myself, I would also have that option as well. If the activity statements that you prepared, you want to make some changes into it, you just need to click edit, and that will open up the activity statements again, and you can go in and make the changes as wherever is necessary. Now if we're happy with everything and we got authorization from the clients to submit the activity statements, we now can tick to select the activity statement and lodge the activity statements. Once it has been lodged, you notice that the activity statements which was previously in your saved report on the top list, it's now no longer there. We can now go back to the dashboard. I'll go back to the client's profile. It will take a little while. Sometimes, depending on the traffic through SBR to the ATO, it might take a minute or two, but otherwise it could be, in a couple of seconds. We're just going to check that and see how long it's going to take for the reports to come through with the lodgement receipts. If it has been lodged, you can go to the client's profile, as I did earlier, to go back to the dashboard and go to the client's profile, search for the client, and then go to the client's profile. Once we get to the client's profile, we go to lodge. I believe this is the one I've just submitted. There are 3 today. Earlier I've lodged 2, so now I have the third one which has come through. If I click on that, it will take me to the lodge reports profile, which has been just lodged. This is the one that I've just lodged, and you can see the lodgement date and the time and who it was prepared and lodged by, as well as the status of the report that has been submitted. And of course, you can attach to an existing job or create a job from here if you've got billing and time and billing or whatever that depending on the workflow in your practice, and of course the details of the lodgement that you can obtain from here. You can click on reports to give you the printed versions of the actual activity statements that you prepare and lodged, or you can click email, and that would generate an email for you to send to your client or yourself or whoever that has requested for it. And it of course you can change the subject, you can change the content of the email, the attachment of all the lodgement receipts, also the report, as well as the payment options for your clients to review. If you click send, and that will send off to your clients directly from your email if the email setting has been set up properly. I'm assuming I won't be sending it, but and similarly, you can also get access to the lodge report or today's lodgement, the one that you just lodged, by going to the dashboard, and it will be a part of your today's lodgement. That's if you're lodging today, but if you're lodging on yesterday and you want to go back to it, you need to go back to the lodge reports. And similarly, once you click on it, it will go to your lodge reports list, and then you can select click on the one that you want, and it will take you back to that page where you can download the activity statement that you just prepared or lodge, and or email options to your clients.